I had an excellent interview. I was on track for a promotion. And then a few months later, I got a calendar invite for a 15-minute HR meeting, and I lost my job with no warning. If that's ever happened to you or you're terrified it could, this video is for you. Because here's what nobody tells you. A layoff doesn't just cost you a paycheck. It hits you in 5 different places all at once. And if you're not prepared for all 5, the damage goes way deeper than just your bank account. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly what those 5 costs are and exactly what to do about each one, whether you're already in a layoff period or you're trying to get ahead of it. All right, so let's talk about the income gap. On paper, a layoff looks very simple. Your income stops, but life doesn't. Your mortgage doesn't care. Daycare doesn't care. Your electric bill, which happens to get more expensive every single month, doesn't care. What actually happens is your entire life becomes a math problem overnight. You immediately ask yourself, what can I cut? What can I delay? What can I actually survive in this world without? I was lucky enough to get a severance, and I genuinely thought that I was okay. Then I had a medical emergency hit, and I had to put $11,000 on a credit card. And friend, I still have $9,000 left to pay on that debt. A layoff doesn't just cost you income, it costs you years and also debt. And here's the thing about severance. It feels like a cushion until it runs out. And it runs out faster than you think, especially if something unexpected happens while you're already down. So your action item here is very simple, but a lot of people skip it. You want to build a bare bones survival budget before you ever need one. Not your regular budget, a survival one. Just the non-negotiables, so your mortgage or your rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, minimum debt payments. That number tells you exactly how much runway you actually have. And knowing that number keeps you from panicking and making desperate decisions. All right, friend, let's talk about health insurance. And this one sneaks up on people so fast, like extremely fast. When you lose your job, you don't just lose income. You also lose coverage. And the clock starts ticking immediately. COBRA sounds like a safety net until you see the bill. You're now paying the full premium, not the discount version that quietly gets taken out of your paycheck every week or bi-weekly or whenever you get paid. And we're talking hundreds and sometimes over thousands of dollars a month, depending on your plan. When I got laid off, I got on my husband's insurance before my coverage ran out. And honestly, that saved us. But not everybody out here has that option. What a lot of people don't realize is that COBRA isn't your only choice, though. You have a window. Typically, it's 60 days to enroll in a marketplace plan through healthcare.gov. And depending on your income situation after a layoff, you might qualify for a subsidy that makes it a little bit more affordable than COBRA. So don't wait until your last day of coverage to figure this whole situation out. Like, the moment that you get a layoff notice, look up these 3 things, okay? Your COBRA costs, your marketplace options, and whether anyone in your household has a plan that you can jump onto. Give yourself these options before the clock runs out. All right, I want to talk about the job search tax. And nobody out here budgets for this one because I definitely didn't. Job searching is not free, friend. It costs you time, energy, and actual money. And the longer your search goes on, the more it adds up. I paid $40 a month for LinkedIn Premium while I was unemployed just to stay visible to recruiters. And I paid $50 to a resume writer. And when I tell you that was a waste of money, friend, it was a waste, okay? Bless their heart, like I had to end up redoing the whole thing using AI anyways. There are also courses and certifications, networking events, and even just the cost of getting dressed and looking put together for a video or in-person interview when you haven't bought anything new in ages. It starts to add up in ways that you don't see coming. And here's what makes it worse. The roles you find during your search might actually pay less than what you were making when you got laid off. So you're spending money to find a job that pays you less. And that math sucks. It's brutal, okay? So make sure you set a job search budget. Decide up front what you're willing to spend and on what. Free tools do exist out here. Like AI can do what that $50 resume writer couldn't. Don't spend money on anything you can't directly connect to getting an interview. And this is a big one, and I want to talk about your retirement account. Now, this is one I got lucky on because I had a severance and I didn't have to touch my 401k. But I know plenty of people who had to, unfortunately. When money gets tight and the search drags on for longer than you expected it to, people start looking at that retirement account like it's an emergency fund. And sometimes it's the only option left. The problem is that it's expensive to do that. If you withdraw early, you're looking at taxes plus a 10% penalty. So that $20,000 that you pull out of your account, you might only see $13,000 to $14,000 of that. You're paying a penalty for a financial emergency that wasn't your fault. So before you ever touch that retirement account, find out what your options actually are. Can you roll it over to an IRA? Can you take out a loan against it instead of a full withdrawal? Talk to somebody, even a free consultation, before you make a move that you can't take back. And the last thing I want to talk about is your confidence. This is the cost that nobody puts into a severance letter. And it's the one that I avoided talking about the longest because it's the hardest to measure. After my 100th rejection, I was done, okay? Not talking about taking a break kind of done, but I mean genuinely questioning everything. I knew I was qualified for every single job I applied to. I could look at those job descriptions and check off almost every requirement, and I still couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And by rejection 120, I had to stop. I took a step back. I went back to the drawing board and got real strategic about this entire job search thing. But I won't lie to you, I wanted to quit, like actually quit. And that doubt doesn't just stay in your job search. It follows you home. It affects how you show up for your family. It messes with your sleep. It makes you question whether you were ever as good as you thought you were. But here's what I want you to hear. This job market is broken. The hiring process is broken. Your confidence taking a hit doesn't mean you're not talented. It means you're human and that this is hard. So your action item here is to protect your mental health like it's a line item on your budget, okay? Build a routine. Set search hours and stick to them. Take weekends off. Find one person, be it a friend, a partner, a community, whoever, that you can be honest with about how you're actually doing and how you're feeling. The search is hard enough without carrying it alone, okay? So to wrap this all up, friend, because that's all I have for you today, a layoff hits you in 5 places. And now you know what to do about all 5 of those things. So here's your checklist. Number 1, build your survival budget now before you actually need it. Number 2, know your health insurance options and the deadlines attached to them. Number 3, set a job search budget and don't spend money you can't connect directly to getting an interview. Number 4, before you ever touch your retirement account, understand all of your options first. Number 5, protect your mental health. Build a routine, set limits, and don't go through it alone. If this video hits home for you, please subscribe because this is exactly what we talk about here on this channel from time to time. Real talk, no BS, specifically made for people who are navigating what might be the worst job market in history. And as always, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.